Welcome, everyone, to Lost Under Review, your resident anti-professionals at your service. I am Dave.
And I'm always such a movie with fucking awesome give us more movies like that, Marvel! Yeah! I mean, I'm Marcus. I'm sorry, that came out of nowhere.
And if you understood any of that, you would probably hear that we just saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yes, that was great. It was great. It was great. It was great.
Wait,
oh God,
what were your thoughts on that movie?
I don't
Did
know
you like
where
it?
to start with that. I don't.
Did-
That movie was awesome. Review over. We're done. Move the table. We don't need it anymore. Okay, but let's be a little bit more specific. Spoilers, trigger warning, whatever.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
It's really the easiest way to sum it up is it's definitely more of the first movie.
Yes.
I mean, the balance of drama and humor. So there's more drama and there's more humor. The drama keeps you invested, but the humor keeps you from being too invested. But it doesn't disconnect you too much. You still stay involved. You still care about these characters. I mean, obviously they start with the first movie with you caring about these characters, what happens to them, a little bit more about them. And of course this one focuses a little bit more Starlord. So, of course, a lot of that where it's going to be story central to what's going on with this character, because they hinted at it, who's your father, that kind of thing. And it turns out it's, spoiler, it's Ego the Living Planet. That's a bullshit for you, right? Your dad's a planet. Oh, we're going to bring tumor, she died, you go to your another planet, go up to the living planet, that's all that matters.
Anybody with eardrums still? If you're still with us.
We just gotta wait off after a while, you just stop understanding what he's saying. It just comes out as mono, yelling, mono, yelling. You know? No. But to break that down, Star-Lord's dad is Ego the Living Planet, a.k.a. Kurt fucking Russell. Yes! Kurt Russell is acting again, and everything is glorious. All we need now is to throw Goldie Hawn in something. Or be eyes.
And this movie starts out with them pulling an Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator Genesis, where they try to make him a crap ton younger than he currently is.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job.
It looked alright.
I think it looked good.
It did. But it starts off basically like if you've seen the Star Trek remake, it kind of looks like that, starting in a rural area with a classic car. Just instead of a child, it's fake Kurt Russell and Star-Lord's mom.
Yeah, it's actually kind of sweet when you first see it. Because you kind of get the gist. Okay, well, this is how Star-Lord's dad and mom met. Yeah. It's actually pretty sweet. Yeah. And then it goes right into the running and gunning with Star-Lord and the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Just doing what they do best. Just getting into trouble. Pulling shit up. It's awesome. The usual stuff. But then there's more to it. Aside from Baby Groot being super adorable, they actually start laying the story out pretty fast. Yeah. They don't waste time. Yeah. They're like, here, this guy comes out of nowhere and starts helping the guys out because they're battling some guys they pissed off as usual, because that's just what they do. They piss people off. And it turns out the guy that helped them out is
his father.
Fucking Ego. Kurt fucking Russell running around in a hard-boiled egg.
Thank you.
Just hurting cats with his awesome beard. Because that shit was hurting me.
Yes.
I saw that. I was like, Kurt Russell, you did that shit right. But it was great because you see Kurt Russell and he shows up and of course, Gamora and the rest of them, especially Gamora, they're all to me like, something's not right. Yeah. This is just not right. And of course, that's your setup right there, because how many times you see it in the movie where everything seems to be hunky-dory, one person's all like, this shit ain't right. And then it turns out this shit ain't right. Well,
it's not right.
You want to elaborate on that?
Now, where the first movie was kind of all about getting them together, planet hopping, going on adventures, and a big overarching story, this was a lot more personal of a story than the first movie was. So it was good in its own way, but you got more backstory for each character instead of just how they got together. It's now, we're together, what next? Why are we where we are? As an individual, not as a group.
Why did the ship have to be like an egg? I mean, even down to
That's still bothering you.
The gloss part of it was like yellow, like, yo. I'm like, what? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Yes.
I just can't get over that hard-boiled egg y'all were
He was
flying
an
around.
egg ship. It was literally an egg ship.
Well, I'm sorry. I cut you off. I got distracted by that hard-boiled egg.
Yes.
I lost track. Continue, please.
Egg shape for an egg planet. So, picking up from where basically after Rocket gets basically them hunted and put a bounty on their heads by a whole group of people, basically looked like golden Taylor Swifts.
Yeah.
Which was weird. But they are saved by Starlord's father, and they're taken to Ego's planet, which it's just called Ego's planet. There's no extra cool name, just Ego's planet.
Yeah, and it looks like the typical, paradise type of
Yeah.
planet where everything seems to be totally cool.
Yet no people around.
Yeah, no people.
No people.
It's like you may see some buds flying around here and there,
Yeah.
some trees or whatever
Yeah.
the case, and there's wind, and there's clearly an environment, but there are no fucking people.
Not a soul.
Yeah.
I'm sure that should have been red flag number one. It's
That
like,
should've
oh,
been.
bubbles. There's no people.
Yeah, so Ego pretty much tells him, hey, you're part's demigod, so
Yeah.
guess what? You'll have the ability to do things I can do, because this planet you're standing on, I made this shits.
And apparently he stopped by an Old Navy because he told the story using Old Navy mannequins the entire time, which is creepy.
That was super creepy.
Is that what happens after you turn off the lights in an Old Navy?
Yeah.
He showed him how he was born with Old Navy mannequins.
I kept looking at the whole thing and asking myself, okay, how are they going to fuck this up? What is wrong with this picture? How is everything going to be screwed up?
Yeah.
I mean, not screwed up in story-wise, because to me, story was actually told
Yeah.
pretty well. But I mean, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like, what's wrong with this picture? Why is Gamora flipping out because something's fucked up? What's fucked up? You know? It turns out it's like, Starlord,
There's
I want you to start ruling the world with me. Like, your purpose is to basically take every planet, pretty much add it to you as your collective consciousness. Pretty much the entire universe is going to be composed of just Ego and fucking Starlord.
And that's it.
I'm like, which was good because I feel like that greatly explained why Starlord was able to hold on to an Infinity Stone and live.
But that, like, the only thing they made a big deal about it for a second where they were like, oh, he's going to be turned and he's going to join up with his father, but that lasted all of literally a minute. And then it was just, once Star-Lord knows exactly what's happening, you kind of feel like he's going to turn, and then he's just like, nope, fuck you, I'm not doing it. And it's like, I felt like they could have drawn that out a little more. Because, I wanted to see, I would have wanted them to have that drama of like, okay, well now we got to fight our friend. Like, he's our friend. How do we get him out of this? And there was a lot of tension between the group in the movie, so that would have been good to layer that on of like, all right, now we physically have to stop him, but they never did that, and he was just like, I'm too good for this, and you killed my mother. Well, I was just like,
yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that, but the only reason I'm cool with the way they did it is because it would have drawn things out a little bit more unnecessarily. To me, the movie had just about the right amount of pacing it needed to have for the length of time that they've given us. To have the additional drama to where they'd have to deal with fighting Star-Lord, I felt would have been a bit excessive. It still could have worked if it was done right.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I see where you're coming from on that.
Yeah.
The only reason I disagree is because it keeps Star-Lord, the character, Peter, just a lighthearted, fun guy who really doesn't have that much in the way of ill intentions. It doesn't derail him from that at any point.
But they were really building it towards that. They
were building
a lot of
towards
that movie
that,
was like, look, you're coming to grips with these powers that you have now based on the planet.
Right.
He can create things. The whole thing now is, well, let's create life in these planets. And he's just like, no, I'm too good. And it's like, there was no... It was like, they were building up the bond between the father and son, and then it was just killed in literally just no time
It
at
felt
all.
like the effort they put towards making Star-Lord feel like he was going towards, quote-unquote, the dark side. It was no payoff towards
there was none.
And I agree with you. There wasn't any payoff towards that. I just feel the way that they just kept it short and sweet to the point worked out better in his favor. However, some of you guys might disagree with that. If you ever go and watch this movie, and you should, despite what we said, you probably would think, well, shit, I kind of wish they've done more with that. I wish they explored that a bit more. And of course, they went with the series of tropes that they always do. The hard ass with a heart of gold trope. The whole will they won't they trope. All of it's there. Yeah. But it's done so well.
Right.
Because my attitude is, things can be cliche as shit. It doesn't matter if you do it right, because you can make it the most generic-ass movie concept ever. And this movie is generic as it comes when you strip it down to bare bones. Yeah. But who cares when it's done well?
Right.
If you do it well, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, and what I liked best about it was how they were almost aware of that. Like, this movie's not doing anything new. We're not treading new ground. The special effects are shit you've seen in other movies.
Yeah.
Even the plot is shit you've seen in other movies. Mm-hmm. But we're doing it our own way. I mean, not just because we're Marvel, because we're Guardians of the fucking Galaxy.
Yeah. And just the characters are so likable and
everyone's likable.
Yeah, it's just,
even Rocket, who's a complete asshole.
Yeah. Even Yondu got more screen time in this movie than in the last movie, and it paid off. Because he was amazing in this movie.
Another generic concept, the sympathetic brute, where you come across a character who's not favorably looked upon, and then there's something about him that you can instantly connect with, and he becomes relatable and, in transition, likable.
Right.
And you're like, oh, he's going to die, isn't he? And that's what happens.
He's going to get Han Solo'd. Gonna get Han Solo'd.
Exactly. But it's still good. Yeah. Everything was done well. Mm-hmm. It's one of those Marvel's just on a roll, aren't they? You know what I mean? Doctor Strange came out of nowhere, was like, who fucking cares about Doctor Strange unless you cared about the Defenders, West Coast Avengers, any of that shit. If you cared about that, then I can see you being clamoring for Doctor Strange. But a lot of people like me was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But then they were like, hey, one, we're getting Benedict Cumberbatch to be Doctor Strange. Look at how he looks. Doesn't he look exactly like it? Yes, he does. I watched that movie, felt high for a minute, then it was cool. I'm like, Marvel, you did it. You made me care about somebody I don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
So, Guardians of the Galaxy did the same thing, and they just added to it. It's like, Marvel just can't fail with this shit for some reason. I'm not saying I want them to.
Yeah. No. The one movie they might, but I am really tired of them teasing it, and I have to say it. There was too much Howard the Duck in this movie. I want a movie. I want the whole thing. I want Howard the Duck movie. Remade.
I hate to say it, I'm with him.
He was in that movie too many times.
Put everything in it except for the weird bug plot, the duck tits, and the weird duck human sex thing.
But you can still keep Leah Thompson because she is really good looking.
We'll keep Leah Thompson. I agree. Leah Thompson's hot.
Even back then, now she's still.
Fuck
keep
it.
her. Bring her back.
If we can get Leah Thompson back for a Howard the Duck movie, Leah Thompson, come back.
Come back.
Do a Howard the Duck movie. Yeah. Just to say Howard the Duck. Get all up in the feathers.
We don't need the duck tits, but Leah Thompson and Howard the Duck.
Yeah, just do a whole movie on that.
Get George Lucas out of retirement. Make him do it again. I don't care. I want the Howard the Duck movie again. They teased him. He was in this movie, 3 times?
Yeah.
And no, that was 3 times too many for me not to want to see a real movie of him. Hell, make a Netflix series. I don't care. I want Howard the Duck.
Seriously, that'd be great.
I want that duck.
Oh man, it's just gonna be great.
Yes.
I mean, we saw it in 3D, and I won't lie, this was one of those movies that did not need to be in 3D.
Right.
But some of the gimmicks were kind of cute. Like, I swear, when some of those particles were coming up towards the screen, I was trying to do this over here. And I like, 3D, because I've never had 3D before, even though I worked in the movie theater for years. He did too, for the record.
But it is going to be one of those things, though, that you know that they put it in only for the 3D.
Oh
so when you see it on home video, God, I'm so old, on DVD or whatever, then it's just And it's just going to be kind of out of place a little bit. You'll be like, oh, that was clearly meant for 3D.
Yeah, that looks weird.
Yeah, it's just like the 80s style 3D where it just comes at the screen real fast. But if it's not in 3D, it just looks stupid.
Yeah.
It won't look stupid, but it'll just be like, oh, that was supposed to be 3D, I'm sure. Yeah.
One of the things that I feel a sequel does when you have a group of characters is they took the time out to flesh those characters out a little bit more. A successful sequel will do that. If you already know a little bit about these characters, to talk a little bit more about them. Everybody except for Rocket, mind you, and there's not much to Groot either, so they didn't really touch on him that much either. But the ones they focused on, they really dug deep and actually made him more interesting. Like, particularly, Dave Bautista's character. I'm drawing a blank. Drax.
Yeah.
You got to really get a little bit more out of him. Yeah. They made him definitely more of a full fleshed out character. I love his brand of humor.
It is. He has probably some of the best lines in this movie.
Yes, he does.
And the way he delivers them, like for somebody who hasn't really done that many movies, like and just came from wrestling, is amazing at that role. And I know I haven't seen him in too many other things. But as Drax, his deliveries, the way he carries himself, he brings that character out. It's so great to see.
Oh my God, it was the best. I love everything they did with that. I mean, I admit, if they make a third one, which they're gonna.
They will.
I want to find out more about Rocket.
Yeah.
That's who I want to know more about, because Rocket's one of my favorite characters in that fucking movie. He was great. Great A asshole.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I don't mind if a character's an asshole if you do it right.
Right.
You can be the right kind of asshole, and you're like, oh wow, that guy was right on time with that shit. How do y'all put up with him? Rocket does it right.
The way.
Rocket does it right, and he has the good lines about him just being a complete asshole. And I don't know why I'm intrigued by that character, but I guess those two things come into factor. One, the fact that he's just a right-on-time asshole, and he does that bit very well. And the fact that, I guess, it's Bradley Cooper. I actually like Bradley Cooper. I think he's cool. I feel like he's that kind of character probably in real life. You ever watch the Hangover movies? You gotta get the gist. But, seriously, just fun stuff. Everyone had good things going on. It's just Gamora got fleshed out a little bit more. We got to see more of a relationship with her, and her sister was always trying to kill her. It was a weird Anna Williams thing going on there. You probably weren't thinking it, but I was.
I wasn't actually, but now that you mention it.
Now you can unsee it.
But it's like, I did like how, like, in the first movie, they drew those battle lines of Gamora and her sister, I forget her name.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank too. But... And like,
it's not like she wasn't memorable. It's just that we're bad with names.
But Gamora and her sister, like Gamora was the good one, her sister was the evil one. That was all it was to it. This movie basically erased that line and said, you know what? There's more to it than that. It's not just black and white, good or evil. Yeah. Gamora was a bitch. Her sister got kind of screwed out of the deal. There were reasons for what happened, and they really flushed it out and actually felt real. Like, it didn't feel like a story of like, oh, well, she's just completely good and she's completely evil.
You really got to see that the lines were blurred, making both characters somewhat compelling, because you're all like, oh, okay, well, you're fighting with the good guys, but you're really not that good of a person.
Right.
And she's bad, but now we understand the reason for why she's the way she is, and you don't feel like she's that bad of a person.
No, it's kind of, they redeemed her at the end, and it was, you kind of like want to see what happens now, and it's like they came together and kind of worked stuff out a little bit, and now it's more of like, all right, now we're both against Thanos, and I want to see that battle. I want to see both of them against Thanos.
Oh, yeah.
Nebula? Is that her name?
Nebula, that's what it was. Oh, my God.
I'm such a horrible review host.
So am I. We warned you.
Yeah,
we warned you every time we're not professionals. In fact, we pride ourselves in being anti-professionals. Yes. So when some shit comes up like this, don't be surprised.
No, we don't do any research beforehand.
No, we don't. Fuck research. What's that shit? You give me your books and put some stocks on the tables, and here's all the research you'll need. Fuck that. We'll do it free-handed. We don't need it.
to a scripted, you are dead wrong.
Just seriously, here's these books. It's all the fuck that. Who needs the internet except we're reviewing on it? We're not gonna use Wikipedia. We're not gonna use your comic. We're just gonna go off the cuff. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
All right, so
I think we're appreciate ourselves.
But now getting into the ending, basically, it started becoming what I felt was almost Doctor Strange ending of like they were all battling inside the planet's core against a big celestial being
known as Ego.
A.K.A.
Kurt Russell. A.K.A. David Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff is in that movie, motherfucker, yeah!
Translation, David Hasselhoff was in that movie. Motherfucker, yeah.
We have to do subtitles now. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I really thought that they were gonna do like a Doctor Strange, like, I've come to bargain scene. Because he's literally standing on a big platform, like CG shit all around him, looking very mystical, outer spacey.
Right.
And then he's standing in front of a big, giant, like, head of Kurt Russell. And I was just like, Dormammu!
I've come to bargain!
I was just waiting for it, it never came, but I was like, alright, here we go.
I think
they did it well.
Really well.
I did also, though, think, I'm not going to lie, I did think the ending was almost, they did trick me. I thought the ending was going to be very similar to the first movie, where he just used his mind, his will alone, and just beat the bad guy, like they did in the first movie, where he just killed the bad guy with the power of friendship, or whatever that crap was. But no, it's like they started out like that, and then he just, all of a sudden, became a giant monster fight, which was kind of cool.
That was so cool.
While Baby Groot was trying to set off a bomb, which was adorable.
It was the best. Even the villains in the movie were all like, "Can I kill this thing?" No, he is too adorable.
We're going to dress him up.
I was just stunned about how cool that was. Because I was like, oh my God, Baby Groot!
So, it all comes down to a big battle between Starlord and his father to distract him so that he can let everyone else get to what they got to do. Yeah. And Baby Groot sets off a bomb, blows up the planet, and Yondu redeems himself, saves Starlord while everybody else is escaping, and unfortunately Yondu doesn't make it, which was actually kind of sad to see.
Yeah, it was.
But it was good though, because they built up the, like, in the first movie, if he died in the first movie, wouldn't have gave a shit at all. Would have been like, all right, whatever. This movie, they built him up so much and made you actually care about him that it was really sad at the end. And like, whenever they were getting sad, like, it was sad to watch. I was like, oh my God, really? Like, this, like, it was a whole like Spock Star Trek 2 situation. It was like, I did think they were gonna just shoot him off into space.
Yeah. Yeah.
But but it was very touching that what they did, and then adolescent Groot.
Adolescent Groot. I am Groot as a brooding teenager. I am Groot. Brooding emo teenager. You don't understand me. I am Groot.
just seeing him playing video games and Starlord chastising him. That was awesome.
Yeah, you stopped being cute, dude. But it was good.
Yeah.
And I like how they really tried to pull every possible element together with this to where they got the characters to come back and make everything work out the way it was supposed to, except even though it would seem like they were going to lose, which I expect this from Marvel movies at this point. It's formulaic. Who gives a shit when it's done right?
Right.
I mean, Avengers 1 and Avengers 2 are practically identical in that aspect.
Yeah.
But who cares? I like them both. I will watch them again and again and again. Until my Blu-ray blah blah blah. Until my Blu-ray disintegrates. I'm yelling so much I can't say it.
I couldn't subtitle that one.
Blah 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 blah. But seriously, to sum it up, because we've been talking about this way too much, and we've gone way off topic on certain instances. Goldie Hawn!
For the record, Goldie Hawn was not in this movie.
No, she's not in the movie, unfortunately.
Unless the gold people were Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn people! They're the Goldie Hawnians.
Puns! Da-da-da-da-da-da.
To sum it up, I can't say anything bad about this movie. If I did, I'd be nitpicking.
Yeah.
And are you really surprised that that's what the result is for a Marvel movie? This review's not going to do well because we were just way too positive about it.
Yeah.
I wish it sucked
Curse you,
more.
internet, and hating everything.
I know. I wish it sucked more because I'd have so much to say about it if it did, and so many things to compare it to if it did. Because hating things is what we do. So when we love it, we're like, that was awesome.
Yeah. Maybe the next one.
Maybe next time. Next time it's a mess.
We'll see a crappy movie next, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're gonna try. I'm hoping to God that it sucks balls, because we really need this to work out.
We need to pay our bills, internet.
Yeah. but
we
on
can't
the
pay
real,
our bills in positive.
If you're one of the few, very, very few people who have not seen this movie so far, go out of your way and see it, because it's worth it. If you didn't get a chance to see it in theaters, fuck it. Wait till it comes out on video and watch it at home.
Yeah.
Because I did that with some of the movies that I watched, and I was like, well, shit, this was great. I should have seen this in theaters. But still, it was an entertaining experience.
Very.
And it'll probably make for a future DVD purchase, just like me and my wife. We've already decided, it's fucking getting bought. So, so.
Yeah, it's definitely it's going to be going on the shelf as soon as it comes out. That's for sure. That was a great movie.
Yeah, I loved it.
If you love the first one, as most people did, then you will thoroughly love this one, if not more than the first one.
It'll make you turn the table. Yeah. I had to tone that one down because all of a sudden I'm like killing myself with how I started it with. Yeah.
Baby table flip.
Baby table flip. Baby table flip. I am Groot. Well, yeah, it's great. That's I got nothing else to add to that. Like, not a damn thing.
Yeah. I think there's not much else to say.
No, there isn't.
Just go see the movie.
Go see it.
We promise you will enjoy it.
You'll see it as soon as you can. If you like anything about any of the other Marvel movies, hell, if you like the first Guardians of the Galaxy, there's no way you'll hate this movie.
Right.
0.
No.
0. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
So, thank you. So we're going to close out on that. I'm Marcus.
I'm Dave.
And goddamn it, this movie